Hey guys, this is Pikmin Master, and now, to make this a bit shorter, this is going to be top 68 my favorite Ace Attorney main characters. Rules for this, you have to be a main character. Well, of course. What's a main character? Well, you have to be the defense, the prosecution, and other important recurring characters in the game, in the series, actually. So enough of that. Let's just start this thing. Dalia Hassan for number 10. Yeah, she's first the current first villain of Counterattack. So yeah, her being there, we're thinking, okay, why is she there? Okay, first of all, she's definitely an important recurring character, so she is involved in this list. Okay, so who the frig she is? Well, okay, so first of all, before I go any further, spoilers. There will be spoilers in this video. Okay, just saying. Moving on. Okay, so according to the Ace Attorney wiki, so she's the daughter of Morgan Faye, who's another quote-unquote bad guy, lady. But yeah, she married a jeweler. So Morgan married a jeweler who was Dalia's father. So, however, because Morgan is not, the leader of the Faye clan, the dad kind of, let's just say this. He divorced Morgan, took the daughters, and then just married some other woman who already has a daughter, and then took Iris, which is Dalia's sister, off somewhere. So, yeah, this is kind of like the point of why she's a villain, because she has a really one heck of a past. So she really just wants, the dad either dead or, go back the way it was. I don't know. That's just what I think. So she's the most evil of all the villains in the series. So if you look at her right now, you're thinking, huh? She doesn't look evil. I.e. the point. There's a huge, phrase called "looks can be deceiving." Yeah, would you imagine a character looking like this to be the main villain? And not just the main villain, but probably the most evil, sadistic villain in the series. Like, when you think evil, you don't think this character. That's how good she is at being a villain. Also, from what I've heard from other another countdown for favorite Ace Attorney characters, that she's a well-written villain. No, she's a well-written villain, in that, she uses her looks to charm everyone, to charm the judge, charm the prosecution, charm everybody, to hide her really evil intentions. That works. It just works. Especially since, she's up against Mia most of the time. And, Mia, even though she's immune to her girl's charms, she's the girl herself, yeah, it doesn't go well for Mia most of the time. So, it's insane. So, yeah, a lot of things here are insane. Alright, let's move on.
Objection!
Francisca von Karma. Why is she on this list? Well, first of all, she's prosecution, so she's involved in this list. So, yeah, but why is she on this list and not someone else? I don't know, because she's actually an interesting character. I just find her pretty interesting, because she's a perfectionist. So, yeah, she's a perfectionist. So she wants to do everything the way she wants it to go perfectly. So, and her talent as a prosecutor kind of exemplifies this, because she's one heck of a prosecutor most of the time. Since she's the daughter of Manfred von Karma, which is arguably the most ruthless prosecutor in the series. So she herself is kind of ruthless. I mean, look at that freaking whip. In all of her, artworks, she carries that whip around. So, and she's not afraid to use it too. So, she will whip anyone. Well, and by anyone, I mean Gumshoe, sometimes Phoenix, and sometimes Edgeworth. Cause yeah, she's not afraid to use that thing, and she will whip the judge if she wants to. So yeah, if she can just whip the judge and get away with it, yikes. Okay, so and here's the interesting thing about her, about Francisca. She would not hit other ladies. She would not hit other girls. Even if she really, really wants to, she cannot hit. She cannot hit girls. Okay, so I'm mentioning bridge to turnabout way too many times. So here it goes. First mention of bridge to turnabout. Pearl. She's kind of being saying rude stuff to Francisca, and she really wants to whip her badly, but because Pearl's a little girl, she just whips Phoenix out of kind of a reflex. And also and reference here. So also I think she said in the Edgeworth game that she claims that her whip has a mind of its own. So she just randomly whipped Gumshoe even though she's not really aiming at him. So it's just wow. Okay, and there's something else with Francisca. She's on Interpol. If we don't know what Interpol is, well, International Police. There you go. And another Capcom characters are on Interpol? Chun-Li. Okay, now during there is thinking, okay, now this is the part where I say I want a crossover. Well, I have a crossover where Francisca and Chun-Li work together to solve a case. So that will be awesome. But yeah, actually that would be pretty awesome. Okay, one more thing I almost forgot to mention about her. In the last case of the second game, at some point, Francisca lost her whip, and she is sad about it. Looking at this, would you expect a character like this to cry? No. She is not the kind of character who would cry over anything. And then the literal last piece of the second game, by the way, spoilers, she loses her whip. And because she loses her whip, I don't know, she just doesn't want to do anything. So she lets Edgeworth handle it, and by the way, that's awesome. So, and I think it was Phoenix, or Edgeworth, I don't remember, who actually gives her a whip back, and then she starts to cry and just leaves. I think it's Edgeworth, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty insane. So that's what I think of Francisca. Moving on. Okay, next, Trucy Wright. So, who's Trucy, you might ask? Well, okay, her last name is Trucy Wright. So we're thinking, okay, what does she do with Phoenix? Okay, believe it or not, she is Phoenix's daughter. What? How can a guy like Phoenix have a daughter this age and nobody knows about it? Okay, spoilers, and I'm not sure how many times I'm gonna say spoilers. She's Phoenix's adopted daughter. So she's not really his daughter, but of course, nobody really cares about it. Apollo still thinks it's his daughter, but of course, Phoenix still treats her as his daughter, so it's all good. So what already happens is that since her dad died, since her dad died, it's Phoenix's job to take care of her, because it's his responsibility now. So yeah, and since her dad died when she was 8, so yeah, who wants to leave an 8-year-old girl leave behind, 8-year-old orphan no less behind? So yeah, so that's that. She's Apollo Justice's sidekick. So in the events of Apollo Justice, Trucy hangs around with Apollo, being what taking place in Maya pretty much. So yes, in aspect of Trucy. Okay, I think the funniest part of Trucy is, I think it's case 2, in that she talks about panties all the time. It's hilarious. She keeps talking about panties. It's she lost her panties, and she wants Apollo to get them back. So enters some really uncomfortable situations with Apollo. missions like Apollo's like first day or something, working for Phoenix, and all of a sudden, oh, can't get, and then Trucy comes in, oh, can't have my panties back. Seriously, who does this? Trucy, that's who. So, of course, the panties are really just a prop, but it's still hilarious. So, yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Also, she has this wooden mannequin thing, which she calls Mr. Hat, pops out of her hat. How does that work? So I don't know how it works. How does she fit that thing on her hat? It doesn't make any sense. But then again, she's a magician, so I'll just leave her at that. Okay, so here's what I like about Trucy. That I don't know. For a girl, she seems quite how to say this? She's quite mature for her age, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know what to say. Moving on. Mia Fey. Look at this, and then you kind of gonna see why she's on the list. Okay, so who is Mia Fey? She was big, important thing there. She was Phoenix's boss. So, or chief, what does that say? I don't know. But she was Phoenix's boss. However, she dies at the beginning of the game. So, and here's the thing. From what I've read somewhere, that the first case of the first Phoenix Wright game, she was supposed to die, she was to die the first case. So the second case of the game was meant to be the first. However, since it wouldn't make any sense, like, oh wow, my boss died. I don't really care how much of her. There's not much to her. So it was kind of a really good idea to have her just let her be introduced first, like in the first case, and then let her die or something. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much that. She'll kick, because, well, she's from a family of spiritists. Yikes. And by yikes, I mean she occasionally just, takes over Maya, the main side character, and just, helps out Phoenix, Phoenix on bad situations. And sometimes during trials, I'm not kidding, that Mia's Mia's like ghost or something, like pops out of nowhere to Phoenix, giving him random advice. Okay, I'll get to that later when I was Phoenix Wright, because obviously he has to be on this list. What kind of main character shouldn't be on this list? Oh wait, but anyway, so yeah, it's just it for Mia. So because on the third game where she actually gets main character status at some point, so she's been dealing with Dalia Hassan, and I've been mentioning I mentioned Dalia Hassan already. So yeah, she's a rookie at the time, so she was hanging around with Diego Armando. He's a cool guy. So yeah, and then this actually gets a bit insane regarding with Mia, her death, and Diego, but I believe we'll get to that. Okay, I can't say much. But that's pretty much it for Mia. Not really much to say, really. So she dies early on, and only comes out occasionally. So let's move on. Dick Gumshoe! Look at this guy. He's kind of cool. I mean, kind of cool for a really stupid detective. So yeah, he's a homicide detective, and wait a minute. Why would this guy who hired this guy to be a homicide detective? Because he's supposed to be pretty stupid or confused or whatever. He's not that bright. What kind of person will hire this guy? Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah, Detective Gumshoe. He doesn't really do much. He just exists. So he doesn't really show much. But why is on this list and higher than Mia of all things? I mean, look at Mia. Why is this guy higher? Well, because he's a likable dude. Because yeah, he does show at points that he's a likable dude. Even though because he's a detective, he has to side with the prosecution. By prosecution, I mean Edgeworth. he does occasionally help Phoenix whenever he can, and not giving too much information, but enough. So that's like about Gumshoe. He's just there. He's a pretty helpful dude. Well, helpful when needed. He's just pretty silly and stupid every time else. But I guess he's there because he's pretty likable. So that's pretty much it.
Objection!
Godo! Look at this guy. It's like Cyclops with a suit. Cyclops with a suit. That is Godo. By the way, does he remind you of someone? Oh yeah, Diego Armando. I just mentioned him. So yeah, they're both the same person. What happened? So how does this guy bleach his hair and then gets a really cool visor? Dalia. Yeah, we're back to her again. So what happened is that, well, she kind of poisoned him, leaving to a pretty huge coma, so yeah. Anyway, so, and it kind of gets kind of funny because according to this, Dalia poisoned a cup of coffee. By the way, let's just say that this guy, according to this, loves coffee. We'll get to that. So Dalia poisoned it with coffee, and then he fell into a coma for, I am not kidding, 5 years. Yeah, he got out of coma for 5 years. Yikes. Dalia, why are you so evil? So yeah. So, and in that 5 years, he first of all notices that everything he's ever known is pretty much gone to waste. Yeah. So, first of all, he was Mia's partner whenever he shows up. Now he's noticing that she's kind of dead. Yeah. And that the person, Dalia, who was trying to accuse her of, murdering everything, and she's not kidding, alright, brought to justice. Yeah. So he blames Phoenix for Mia's death for some reason. And then becomes a prosecutor, even though he's not. So he becomes a prosecutor, even though he's not a prosecutor, just to test with Phoenix, right? Just because he's kind of a douche like that. But hey, he's kind of cool. So, by the way, next reference of the Bridge of Turnabout, because I have to. It's my favorite case of the game. I have to mention it. Lots of pretty interesting backstory, because there's a lot of interesting backstory with this guy, because it's really what I just mentioned, really. And not only that, so I just mentioned his backstory with Bridge of Turnabout, because that's really pretty much when it happened. There's at that point in the game where you actually see the backstory. And well, he doesn't want, he really wants to, help Maya, because, well, I'll get to Maya because she's in this list, but, he wants to help Maya because, she's kind of trapped somewhere and he wants to help out. I don't remember if, he actually was involved with helping Maya out, but I don't remember, but he was there when it happened. He was kind of there when stuff interesting happened, so, yeah. But yeah, but guess what I like about Bridge of Turnabout is closure, especially with this guy, because he has a lot of good closure. Not like a lot of characters. Kind of sucks because he's a cool character, but he's kind of doesn't really want to return. So because he actually just after he just know everything has happened in the last piece of the trial. Yeah, he kind of closes himself. So yeah, he's a pretty good character. He has a pretty interesting storyline with a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's what's great. That's great about Godo.
Objection!
Okay, now we're done for the good characters. The characters that are so amazing. And then we begin with the most amazing of these characters, Gavin. Look at this thing. Look at this guy. What part of him does not scream rock god? I mean, freaking G on his necklace. So anyway, yeah, he is, well, freaking awesome. So what he is, he's first of all, he's a prosecutor / rock god. okay, I would want to say rock god, however, I mean, let's just say this. A certain flashback, he looks like this. Awesome. Anyway, back to Clever Gavin. His theme song, enough said. And next he has a band of other law enforcement and a band at the same time. How do you do that? Just wow. Yeah, so Clive is awesome. There's not much to him, to be honest. However, let's just say this: he was the prosecutor which brought down Phoenix Wright. How does he do that? Which actually was not really his idea, and well, really stupid stuff happened. He's the brother of Christoph Gavin, the main villain of Apollo Justice. I'm not gonna explain what he does because he's not on this list. Okay, so yeah, he is quite awesome. So I wanted to say this because his awesomeness is pretty enough to be on this list. So I'm not sure what to say much. If you just take some time to look at Clever Gavin, go up, yeah. Or at least listen to his theme song. He's awesome. Okay, so we're in the main three: Miles Edgeworth, Phoenix Wright, and Maya Fey. So we're up to those three now. The most important three characters in the series. So the question is, which order is my favorites? Let's begin.
Objection!
Yeah, Phoenix Wright, of all things, is in the third slot of this. Because between Phoenix and the second character, well, the character who's next, I kind of like them kind of equally. However, there's one kind of a big difference between the two. And although the two is negligible in Apollo Justice, considering what happened, but here's the thing. Okay, Phoenix Wright, the main character, he's kind of a rookie. However, his favorite thing to do was, well, turnabout. It's because he could kind of learn from Mia, in that you could turn a bad situation around and win. That's the kind of main thing about him. But like, main point is that he tends to go in really bad situations, but somehow manages to turn it around and then just win. How does he do that? Well, apparently he has supernatural powers to deal with. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. At some points, you have to rely on some sort of other power. Because in the case, because Maya is a spirit medium, he has he occasionally has to deal with spirit medium stuff. Especially with Mia coming in to his head sometimes, just gives him slight advice. Really. Okay, and it is a big really. Okay, so at the end of the third game, he actually learned everything he needs to know about being a good defense attorney. Go flash right to the fourth game, he lost his badge. What? It's something to do with Christoph Gavin, however, again, it's not on this list, so I'm not going to mention it. Look up yourself. So, he tried to do things alone, no help, he lost. All because of stuff. So, however, it's not like it stopped him. I mean, like, he suddenly became Apollo's mentor. Although he's kind of a really bad one at that. And what's weird, how do you go from someone like this, who a pretty, an interesting lawyer, who pretty much seems to either A, knows what he's doing, or B, has no idea what he's doing. Not like he doesn't take maybes for an answer. He takes either, I know what I'm doing, or I don't know what just happened. To someone like this guy. A laid back kind of guy. He's really laid back. He doesn't really care that much. Maybe since he lost his way of life, he stopped caring about life. I don't know. Why did he go from that? Kind of weird. But good thing, the good thing ended the fourth game and Fizz got his badge back. So let's go see at 25 whenever it comes down and see how awesome he became.
Objection!
Okay, number 2 in this list is Miles Edgeworth. So we all know so I know by default Miles number 1. So let's talk about Edgeworth. He is awesome. Maybe not in the same level of awesome as Clavier, however, he's a pretty well-interesting character. He's the rival character. So, when you think of rival character, you think of someone who acts differently to Phoenix. And since Phoenix, especially in the first game, he's not trying to sure of himself, Edgeworth knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing pretty much all the time. And, before he starts losing to Phoenix, he's undefeated. So that means that there's no way he'll lose. Because let's say this. He's mentored by Manfred von Karma, which is Francisca's dad. Which, by the way, does that make him kind of a adopted brother of Francisca? No. But, anyway, so it's kind of funny that he's kind of a Sentai fan. Okay, I'm gonna get to Sentai fan later, but that's kind of hilarious. But the main difference between, another main difference between Edgeworth and Phoenix is that Edgeworth doesn't need supernatural help. All he needs is his head, because of the whole logic system in Eastern Investigations. That he thinks a lot. He thinks of, this situation happened, that situation happened. Oh, what's this? And then just links them together, and just pulls a pretty interesting conclusion. That's what he is. He's kind of an overanalyzer. Kind of an overanalyzer. He knows exactly what he's doing. He doesn't take stuff from, I don't know. How to explain this? Like I said, he knows exactly what he's doing. He has doesn't take maybes for an answer, kind of like that. So actually, he's meant to be, from what I've read here, that he's meant to be unlikable. However, because a freaking Sentai fan, how does that work? How does that work? So he's a freaking Sentai fan, and so it'll be hilarious just to see Miles Edgeworth going to TV and watching Power Rangers. Wow. I actually won't be surprised. He's kind of a big fan. I'm surprised he ended up being a Power Rangers fan. Well, anyway, that's Miles Edgeworth. He's a pretty interesting character. He doesn't need help from anyone. Of course, he doesn't need help from Gumshoe at some points. However, since Gumshoe barely does anything, and Kay's even worse. To help with Kay's little device thing, but don't worry about it. It's not important. That kind of helps him. However, all it does, it's 8 minutes is overanalyzing thought. So anyway, that's what about Edgeworth. He's an analyzer. He thinks things through. That's what guys like about him. Okay, without any more redundancy, let's move on. Okay, Maya Fey. First thing, I don't like her character because of considering who she's, a spirit medium. So because of spirit medium stuff, it's kind of not my kind of person. So other than that, everything else about this character I love. Cause main thing, she's the kind of character. How to say this? She's the main kind of character that you wish to see. He's all right. Cause friggin' her sister died in front of her. Well, his sister died friggin' almost in front of her. It's insane because she lived with Mia because of her sister and everything, and all of a sudden she dies. Come on now, that does not. Well, like this: if you had a sibling and it's dies, like you see blood everywhere, won't you get some kind of traumatic experience? I know I would, but she's the kind of character you just wish to see all right. So, especially in the last cases of the second and third game, I guess in the second game, by the way, spoilers, she gets kidnapped. And because she gets kidnapped, Phoenix really wants to make sure she's alright. Because she had to figure out everything about the kidnapper and having to do with the case related to it. In that, if he has to render, I'm not kidding, an obviously guilty guy, innocent, either given innocent judgment, or whatever it's called, innocent to a guilty guy, or have Maya dead. Yikes. It's kind of a bad ultimatum right there. So, and also, by the way, third reference to Bridge to the Turnabout. Yay! Okay, so what happens with her? I mentioned with Godo in that because like she was UFC training, she had to train in a ridiculously cold cave-like something. And she has to be stuck for, I think it was 3 days, stuck in cold, alone. And yeah, imagine like Phoenix, who's been hanging around with her for quite a few years. Yeah, well, don't you mention that she wants to be alright? Especially like, since Phoenix has his, big brother, like kind of big brother thing to, Maya. But don't you want to see your sibling alright? Or at least someone who you treat as your sibling? I mean, I would. Heck, my brother is, well, he could take it, like I say, I could probably take it him. My brother's stronger than I am. I'm just saying, my brother is tougher than I am, however, I mean, I would definitely like to wish my brother to be alright. So anyway, so yeah, that's kind of Maya. She's definitely childlike, considering, look at that. She's definitely childlike, she's definitely the character you wish to see alright. Which begs the thing, it kind of begs the question of where was she in Apollo Justice? So, I mean, it would make sense that like she was, just not available because, well, everything. Well, let's say Maya has nothing to do with Apollo Justice. So, yeah, sure, there's nothing to do. Can I at least like show her for a moment just to see if she's all right or something? That's kind of what Maya is. So I guess this is kind of the main thing what I'm hoping for in Ace Attorney 5, in that. I just want to see Maya again. Just like definitely the character I wish to, just to see again, just for the sake of seeing her again. So she's definitely like the little sister little sister archetype. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Tops episode. I ran on for too long, so over 30 minutes. So that's pretty much it. But this was my second take of this, because my first take of it, like I'll have to. Did on memory, but however, this take I actually had to research a bit before doing this, so making a better Tops episode. Well, anyway, see you guys later for Top 69. No innuendos. My list says favorite Nintendo franchises. Ooh, this is gonna be good. See you guys later.